Welcome to another Mondays with Mona. I am excited to show you 2 recipes that I came up with for us to have a laid-back day. Yes, I am behind due to technical difficulties, but I'm here. And I hope I came up with 2 things that I think you're gonna like, and easy too. I'll stay trying to show people easy things, not tell you the truth, there is some that is going to be a little harder, but by the time you get to that point, you're going to be easy breezy. So with that being said, these are the 2 things I'm going to do. All right, the first one is shrimp and grits. It's like a southern delight. I mean, everybody has different ways to do it, but I think you're going to love the way that I'm going to do it. So that's the first one. And the next one is that blueberry crunch pie. The best thing about this pie is the crust. It's so buttery, the pecans, everything makes it just, I mean, I'm telling you, I have 3 people in my family. It's my Aunt Bridget, it's my cousin Tandy, and it's my Aunt Cynthia. They love this. If we don't have it, they be like, well, where's that pie at? So these are the 2 things, and I am going to show you. All right, before I get started, I have got to wash my hands. This pie, I'm going to get started on first because the crust is homemade, and the brown sugar and the flour, I have to work it to get it together for it to be the right crust, because otherwise it's not going to be right. So, okay, the ingredients for the pie crust is flour, and it's 1 cup of flour, 2 sticks of butter. That's the secret. That's what makes you feel like it's just, oh, it's just wonderful. And the next one is a 1/2 cup of pecans, and then a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Okay, I'm going to put all these things together, and the magic is your hands. That's why I said I had to get, which I do anyway. I think everybody does. I am ready to get started. So what I do is I take this flour and I go on and pour this in there. And I undo, and I try to get the butter room temperature. That's the best way to do this crust, is to have that butter room temperature, so you can work your hands through it, and it's just easy to manage. And I try to come up with things, which everybody does, to make it easy breezy, like I said. Then I just start working it, and like I said, the butter, the flour, the brown sugar, and the pecans, that's the wonder of this pie. Okay, I'm going to work this with my hands, and then I'm going to be back with you for the other 2 ingredients, and then show you how it's going to look. All right, I am on to adding the other 2 ingredients. And this is the brown sugar, and it's a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I always go over a little bit because I want mine to make sure that it's sweet the way I want it. And I mix this up, and I try to do this all through that, because this is the thing that makes you think that it is just, like I said, that you're doing a bad thing, because you can almost just eat the crust by itself. Once everything settles together in this pie, it's on point. And the thing to it is working your hands, because I have got my pie crust, and it's an 8x7. And once I get through adding this really good, I'm gonna turn my oven on and preheat it. And like I said, with this pie here, the crust is the secret. You don't want to overdo your crust. The first time I did it, oh my goodness, it was a bad crust. But like I said, you just watch it to make sure that it's just right. And I'm going to show you how you want your crust to look. I just like to make sure that brown sugar is all through there. It's looking pretty doggone good. There we go. Okay. See how all that has just blended together? And that is nothing but flour, 2 sticks of butter, and brown sugar. And I'm telling you, you can take a little bit of that and put that on your tongue and you'll be like, okay, you know this is gonna be a good crust. Now I'm putting the half a cup of pecan pieces. Just making sure I'm thoroughly okay. Now I'm just gonna make this crust, and my main thing is just make sure I have it all through there even and pretty. And I'm gonna show you, as you see, I'm just working it through, and then I'll end up with like a little something to make sure that it's even up. But it's not going to be perfect because it's not going to be flat. Just remember that the pecans is in there. And I'll be back to show you how you want your pie crust to look before you put it in the oven. All right, as you see, I have patted the crust, and like I said, it is not going to be flat. You got them pecans and everything. The main thing is just keep it even because it's going to bake up a little, and then you'll take it, like I said, do not let it over bake. And like I said, I put it at 350 preheated, and I just keep a watch on it. And every oven is different, so I just keep a watch over it to make sure that I'm not letting my crust go over on it. I just keep a watch on it so I can see and make sure that center has got the heat and it has risen too. That's the trick too. All right, we're gonna let that cook, and we're gonna keep eyes on it to make sure that it's all right. All right, for the shrimp and grits, like I said, grits, we have got chicken broth. Just remember, when you're making this, use the sodium, the reduced sodium, because if you don't, it's gonna be too salty. Then I have the old-fashioned grits, 2 cups of 2% milk, cheese, 1 cup of that, and we're gonna do 8 slices of bacon and 1 pound of medium shrimp. And I'm gonna get 3 of these clovers, garlic clovers. Ooh, I messed it up. And then we're gonna cut up some chives. All right. The first thing I'm gonna do is do my grits, and then I'll go on to the other thing, because you wanna make sure your grits are perfect, and we're gonna get them perfect. Let's go to the stove. All right, we're gonna check on our pie crust and see how it is faring. It is cooking a little bit too fast, you see? So what I am gonna do, I'm gonna turn it down some so it can reduce, and it all can be. That's why I say you have to really watch around in here. Okay, we're gonna turn that down, and then I'm gonna go to my grits. All right, I'm in the process of doing my grits. So I'm doing 2 cups of chicken broth, and like I said, the reduced sodium is very important unless you like your stuff salty, which I don't, because the bacon is already going to have its taste in there. And we're going to do 2 cups, like I said, of the milk. All right. And I got 1/3 stick of butter, margarine, and we're gonna bring this to a boil. And then once we bring this to a boil, we're gonna do 3/4 cups of grits. And once we let that cook down perfect, we gotta make sure, and it's up to 12 minutes pretty much. Once that cooks, we're gonna do our cheese in it. And then there, voila, the grits will be ready. Okay, let's bring this to a boil. Be back with you. In the process of letting my broth and milk and margarine boil, I'm going to get started on my bacon or my shrimp. And we need the juices from off the bacon or the seasoning. So the main thing, we got to get that cooked down a little crunchy, because we're going to put that on the top of it. This bacon wants to doggone fall apart, I tell ya. I'm trying to keep up with it. All right. Okay, we're gonna let this cook, and then I'm gonna take it out and pat it so I can use the juices for that for my shrimp. All right, the pie crust looks beautiful. We're gonna take it out. Oh boy, trying not to have a catastrophe. Okay, gonna take it out, let it cool, so we can do the cream cheese and the powdered sugar. Then we're gonna put those blueberries on top. This is the secret though. This is the secret. All right, we got the milk and the broth and everything boiling. I got 3/4 cup of old-fashioned grits. No instant here, baby. And I'm gonna let this cook, I say about 10 to 12 minutes. And I'm just gonna stir over it. And once we get it to the right consistency that we want it to be, we're gonna add that 1 cup of cheese. That's what making it pop, that cheese. All right, I took my bacon and put the pot back here because I didn't want it to overdo. See how I have my bacon? And I'm gonna crumble it up once I get my shrimp together. For the shrimp that's gonna go on top of the grits. And I need 4 teaspoons. It's playing a trick on me. 4 teaspoons of the bacon juice. It's gonna give it that flavor. This bacon wanna play some games with me today, I tell you. All right, I'm gonna put it right over here. And I'm gonna get to that because that's the last part of everything. And we're gonna go on up a slide over here. And we're gonna look at these grits. See how pretty they are? Turn this off. And I already did my cup of cheese. And we're gonna pour that cheese. I said pour the cheese in the grits. I'm just gonna stir it in there. And just let it just melt in there. All right, it's looking pretty. Oh, it's gonna be yummy. All right, I'll be back with you, and I'm gonna get the last of the shrimp and grits together, and then we're gonna go to finish up that little pie. All right, I took my bacon and put the pot back here because I didn't want it to overdo. See how I have my bacon? And I'm gonna crumble it up once I get my shrimp together, for the shrimp that's gonna go on top of the grits. And I need 4 teaspoons. It's playing a trick on me. 4 teaspoons of the bacon juice. It's gonna give it that flavor. This bacon wanna play some games with me today, I tell you. All right, I'm gonna put it right over here. And I'm gonna get to that because that's the last part of everything. And we're gonna go on up a slide over here. And we're gonna look at these grits. See how pretty they are? Turn this off. And I already did my cup of cheese. And we're gonna pour that cheese. I said pour the cheese in the grits. I'm just gonna stir it in there. And just let it just melt in there. All right, that's looking pretty. Oh, it's gonna be yummy. All right, I'll be back with you, and I'm gonna get the last of the shrimp and grits together, and then we're gonna go to finish up that little pie. All right, I'm gonna add my 1 pound of shrimp with my garlic clovers and 1 teaspoon of blackened seasoning. And the aim to it is for the shrimp to get that pink color. I'll bring it up because it was kind of cooking a little bit quick. And once it gets to that pink color, you know that it is ready. And so we're gonna let this cook. I'm gonna put that blackened season in, and then I'm gonna show you how it's gonna look. Be back. All right, guys, this is the shrimp. And I didn't put too much of the blackened season in it because I didn't want it too spicy. As you know, I'm not, but if you do, that's fine. Now, I'm gonna let this marinate a little bit more in the juices and stuff, and I'm gonna finish up the pie. But one thing you got to remember when you're doing this is you're gonna put the bacon crumbs on top of it. So don't worry about putting too much salt in it, because you got to think the combination of the grits with the cheese and the shrimp and the bacon is gonna be just right. All right, guys, let's do that pie. We're on finishing up this blueberry pie. The middle, the filling of the pie is so simple. We're gonna use 1 of these 8-ounce cream cheese, and we're gonna use a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And I'm gonna mix it real good. And like I said, the most important part, and that's the one that people are gonna think you just slaved over this pie, is your crust. You get your crust right, you got it. It's just as simple as that. And like I said, the first time I kind of messed up on it, but I was determined. And if you like me, I realized what I had did wrong the first time. Ooh, wee, I'm doing wrong on this right here, I tell you. And then I corrected it, and I knew that I needed to turn my oven down. Alrighty, I'm gonna have to wipe that up. And I'm gonna mix this up, and that's about the size of everything. Once I get this mixed up, I'm gonna layer it with the blueberries. Okay guys, as you see, I have mixed my 8-ounce of cream cheese with my 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And all I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna put it over the pie crust that I made out of brown sugar. It's real simple. Like I said, the secret to this is your homemade brown sugar crust. Okay, I'm finna work with this so I can have it together, and then I'm gonna show you how I lay my blueberries on the pie, and then voila, we will be through. I have put the filling on the pie crust, and all we're gonna do is just drench the blueberries around and just spread them around evenly. Try not to overdo it with the blueberries. And that is it. I will show you the final results. Hey guys, this is the final results of the blueberry pie. I'm gonna cut it up, get all the food ready, make a mimosas for my taster, and be back with you. Okay guys, we are done with our shrimp and grits and our blueberry pie. I have my taster here. She's relaxing. She got a mimosa in her hand, and she's coming through to tell you about the food. All right, Paven.
Hi.
Hi. Have at it and tell them what you think.
Oh, the grits, shrimp, and bacon. Girl, you put your foot into this, huh?
You like? All right. Okay, and this is the blueberry pie. I made the crust from scratch.
Let me try this. I like me some homemade crust. And I'm not even a blueberry fan. That's good.
All right.
That's real good, girl.
Once again, we have did another Mondays with Mona, and I think it went fabulous. Love you.